The worst thing to do when singing is to think about singing. This masterclass, I'm going to focus in on exactly that. It's all about bringing those emotional details into a song, and you certainly can't think about singing when you're letting the lyrics move you. Now, it's important that you reinforce your skills by doing vocal exercises and sort of running those drills to really get those skills embedded into your body. That reflexive behavior is so important because you want your mind to go into the heart of the song if you want your listener to follow you there. Now, I'm going to be referring to a performance of mine I just posted. I'm going to put the link up now, and you can either watch the performance now and come back to this lesson, or listen to this lesson all the way through and then click on the link. I'll show it again at the end. I'm going to refer to a few video lessons I've already posted, first being smooth register breaks when singing. Watch that video and use the information or use the exercise that I post to allow you to understand that registers change on so much more than just pitch. There's also a vowel and a dynamic element and how much air you have left in your lungs in that equation as to what register you should be in. And when I say should be in, I mean when you have an emotional message, when you have something you want to say, that very often will dictate a certain way that the voice should be presented for it to be believable. Now, in the performance that I posted in the song Memory Machine, I sing this A bunch of times on a bunch of different words. And sometimes, like on the word fight, I sing it in a head register because I want the sound of somebody surrendering, somebody giving up the fight. And occasionally when I'm like, past, I'm singing it on the word pass sometimes. And now it's in what I would call a chest or a little mix or blended register, simply because I'm putting up a little fight at that point. And where the emotional barometer is in a singer is so vital. It should inform what register you're in way more than the pitch should. So that requires that you be really trustworthy of your reflexes to select the proper register. Get your head into the emotion, it will inform your body. Now, the other is the timing of breaths. And I have posted this lesson called Singers Take a Breath in Different Places. Vital here is that when telling a story, when allowing a song to become a story, what you want to do is make sure that your breaths are conversational. So often the melody we sing kind of ramps us into a momentum and the breath has no breaks. So often I'm kind of speaking through the verses here to keep it very conversational. I'm kind of depicting the storyline and then the meaning of it comes through in the chorus. And usually that's more legato, more flowing, as you'll see here. I also want to remind you that as I'm recording this song, that live version of Memory Machine, all I did was plop a video camera right here in the front of the piano. It's a simple Sony, video cam. It's got a decent mic on the front of it, but there's also a lesson I posted called Live Mic Technique Tips for Singers. And you might want to view that because there I'm sort of really drilling down the point that the microphone is a tool to work for you. So often we get preoccupied with moving it in various positions to create a certain effect. So I did the live one into the video camera, just sitting right on the piano. There's a bunch of other cameras around the room, so I'm getting a bunch of different angles. But the one I took the audio off of was just sitting right there in front of me, and I sang directly into it. And my point is that all the changes that occur in our voice should be internalized, not externalized by where the microphone is. I want you to own these dynamics. I want you to own the quality changes of your voice, and you do that by upping your skills. Now, the detail of some of the riffs, just the little tiny twists and turns that give a melody some interest, I highlighted in this video lesson called Spice Up Your Singing / Vocal Warm-Up. Also good to choose to sort of break up your warm-ups by doing these little ad-libby things in there, because they will definitely show up in your singing, but they'll be far more authentic and far more genuine than something contrived that gets practiced in. And speaking of practicing too much, I definitely worked that song, Memory Machine, in the way that I posted the last lesson, the best way to set your voice free. Meaning, I just use gibberish a lot of times. Slap down, go to boom bam, la go to papon, and I was able to set the mood. If you can't express the mood in gibberish, then you're really not painting with a lot of different tints and hues. Your voice should be able to convey the emotion without the lyrics, because that's really what's conveying the emotion to the listener. Often our favorite songs are our favorite songs before we know the lyrics. There's just something about the mood and the singer's voice that's setting it apart, that's inviting us in. I would love that to be your listener's version when you perform a song. So remember, it's in the littlest of details. It's in your trust of your skills. Use these lessons that I highlighted today, review them, but also just review the little details in the song I posted, where I'm pausing, where I'm taking a breath, where it's releasing a breath afterwards. Some notes are long, some notes are short. Variety is the spice of life. So remember, the worst thing to do when singing is to think about singing. The lyrics should tell the story. I'm Mark Baxter for Lesson.com. Here's the link again. Enjoy the song.